Welcome to the MOTO Freak Channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point. The 6.0 Vortec V8 engine is a long-standing and highly regarded powertrain from General Motors, primarily known for its use in trucks, SUVs, and commercial vans. It's part of the iconic GM small block V8 family, which has a heritage stretching back to 1955. The 6.0 Vortec is particularly recognized for its robust construction, reliability, and towing capabilities. History and versions. The Vortec name itself refers to GM's Vortex technology for improved air/fuel atomization, initially used in V6 engines in the mid-1980s. For V8s, it typically designates the truck-focused variants of the LS-based small block engines. The 6.0 Vortec was introduced around 1999 and was produced in various iterations through the third and fourth generations of GM's LS-based small block V8 architecture. It was succeeded by the 6.2L and later the 6.6L L8T. Key versions of the 6.0 Vortec include LQ4 Gen 3. This was one of the earliest and most common 6.0 Vortec engines, featuring an iron block, aluminum heads, and dished pistons for a lower compression ratio. It produced around 300 to 335 horsepower and 360 to 380 lb-ft of torque. It was widely used in heavy-duty trucks, 2500/3500 series, vans Express/Savannah, and some SUVs like the Cadillac Escalade. LQ9 Gen 3. Also an iron block, aluminum head engine, but with flat-top pistons for a higher compression ratio. This resulted in slightly more power, typically around 345 horsepower and 380 lb-ft of torque. It was often found in higher performance or Denali versions of trucks and SUVs. LY6 Gen 4. Introduced around 2007, this version continued the iron block/aluminum head tradition but incorporated variable valve timing, VVT, and often active fuel management, AFM/displacement on demand, DOD, though AFM was less common on the 6.0 than on the 5.3L. It typically produced around 360 to 365 horsepower and 385 lb-ft of torque. The VVT improved performance and efficiency. L96 Gen 4. This is essentially a flex-fuel compatible version of the LY6, meaning it can run on E85 ethanol blend in addition to gasoline. It also features VVT. It produced similar power figures to the LY6. This was the predominant 6.0 in later model heavy-duty trucks until it was replaced by the 6.6L L8T. Review and opinions. The 6.0 Vortec V8 is highly regarded, especially in the used truck and SUV market, due to its reputation as a workhorse engine. Advantages: exceptional durability and longevity. This is perhaps its biggest selling point. With proper maintenance, these engines are known to regularly exceed 200,000 to 300,000 miles, with many going much further. The iron block is incredibly robust. Owners often describe them as bulletproof or reliable as an anvil. Strong torque for hauling/towing. Designed for trucks and heavy vehicles, the 6.0 provides ample low-end torque, making it excellent for towing trailers, hauling heavy loads, and navigating challenging terrain. Simplicity. Earlier generations Gen 3 LQ4/LQ9 engines are relatively simple by modern standards, lacking complex systems like direct injection or cylinder deactivation, which can contribute to their long-term reliability and ease of maintenance. Widespread parts availability and aftermarket support. Being a derivative of the ubiquitous GM small block, parts are plentiful, relatively inexpensive, and readily available. There's also a massive aftermarket for performance modifications. Reliable performance. Provides consistent and predictable power delivery. Repairability. Mechanics are very familiar with these engines, making diagnosis and repair straightforward. Disadvantages. Fuel consumption. This is the primary drawback. As a large, naturally aspirated V8 designed for heavy-duty work, it is not fuel efficient, especially in city driving or under load. Owners typically report 10 to 15 mpg US unloaded, dropping significantly when towing, often 7 to 10 mpg. Lack of modern refinements. Earlier models compared to newer engines. Older 6.0 Vortecs might feel less refined, particularly in terms of noise and vibration, although for a truck engine, this is often considered acceptable. Active fuel management, AFM, concerns on Gen 4 models with AFM, while designed to improve fuel economy. AFM/OD systems, found on some later models, though less prevalent on 6.0 than 5.3L, have been known to cause issues such as excessive oil consumption, lifter failure, and camshaft wear. Many owners opt to disable or remove this system. Power for enthusiasts. Stock, while strong for work, some performance enthusiasts might find the stock power output of earlier versions a bit modest compared to modern turbocharged engines or high-performance V8s. However, the aftermarket easily remedies this. Common faults and breakdowns. While generally very reliable, the 6.0 Vortec isn't entirely immune to issues. Exhaust manifold bolts, a very common issue across many GM truck engines, including the 6.0. The exhaust manifold bolts, especially on the front and rear cylinders, are prone to breaking due to heat cycling, leading to exhaust leaks, ticking noises, and potentially exhaust fumes in the engine bay. This is usually more of an annoyance than a catastrophic failure. NOx sensors. These sensors, located in the valley of the V8, can fail, often due to water intrusion, e.g., from pressure washing the engine. This can trigger a check engine light and reduce engine performance as the ECU pulls timing. Throttle position sensor. TPS failures can lead to erratic idle, hesitation, or a check engine light. Water pump failure. Like any engine, the water pump is a wear item. If it seizes, it can lead to overheating and more severe engine damage if not addressed quickly. Oil pressure sensor. A common failure point, especially on older models, which can cause erratic oil pressure readings or the low oil pressure warning. AFM/OD related issues. On equipped Gen 4 engines as mentioned, if the engine has AFM, lifter failure, camshaft wear, and excessive oil consumption can occur. This is a more significant concern and often requires costly repairs. Confirm if a specific vehicle/engine code has AFM if this is a concern for used purchase. Fuel consumption. As discussed, fuel economy is not a strong suit of the 6.0 Vortec. Unloaded. Highway typically 13 to 16 mpg US. Unloaded. City/mixed often 10 to 12 mpg US. Towing heavy. Can drop to 7 to 10 mpg US or even lower depending on load, terrain, and speed. These figures are for trucks and heavy SUVs. Lighter swap vehicles might see slightly better, but it's still a thirsty engine by modern standards. Timing. All 6.0 Vortec engines utilize a timing chain. This is a durable component designed for the life of the engine and generally does not require periodic replacement like a timing belt. The timing chain in these engines is known to be very robust. If timing chain issues do arise, they are often a symptom of underlying problems like lack of proper lubrication or extremely high mileage without maintenance, rather than an inherent design flaw. Gen 4 engines, like the L96, were designed with heavy-duty timing chains validated for very long operation, e.g., 200,000 miles. Oil. The 6.0 Vortec engines typically use 5W 30 motor oil. For later Gen 4 engines with AFM, GM's Dexos 1 Gen 2 specification, or newer, is highly recommended. This oil specification is designed to protect against low-speed pre-ignition, LSPI, which can be an issue in direct injection or cylinder deactivation engines. Oil capacity, generally around 6.0 quarts, 5.7 liters, with a filter change. Always check the owner's manual for the specific year and model for exact capacity and recommended oil type. Oil change intervals. Standard intervals are typically 5,000 to 7,500 miles, or every 6 to 12 months. For conventional oil, though many owners using synthetic oil extend this, and some vehicles have an oil life monitor system that adjusts the interval. Given the work these engines often do, frequent oil changes e.g., at 5,000 miles or less, especially if towing frequently, with quality synthetic oil are a wise investment for longevity. In conclusion, the 6.0 Vortec V8 is a highly capable and exceptionally durable engine that has earned its reputation as a true workhorse. While it's not the most fuel-efficient or technologically advanced, its reliability, towing prowess, and ease of maintenance make it a favorite for many truck and SUV owners, particularly those who prioritize ruggedness and longevity over fuel economy. When considering a used vehicle with this engine, pay attention to the potential AFM issues on later models and ensure a history of consistent oil changes. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.